creator, and welcome back to episode number 17 of the Mindful Creators Knitting and Crochet Podcast. I am Fem, I'm a knitter and crocheter here based in the Netherlands. I only mostly knit at the moment, so all you will be seeing here in the podcast is knitting related, knitting project related, maybe say it like that. But yeah, it is number 17. Last podcast, number 16, was a live stream. If you have missed that one, you can find it in the live stream tab. It was a little bit different. I've had some wrist issues, still have sadly, but I did a live stream instead of a normal video, so I didn't have to edit, which was a lot of fun. But I'm back with a normal video. It's been a long time since I did a podcast. I think it has been a month. Normally I do these every other week, or I've said normally, but honestly my last 2 months of filming has been a little bit different than normal. I think I've done a podcast every 3 weeks at the moment. This time it was 4 weeks or maybe 5 even, which is not normal, but I was super busy and I'm so happy to be back and I can't wait to show you what I've been working on. I actually have been working on something really exciting behind the scenes. Which is one of the reasons too, that I've been a little bit less active in front of the camera, but it will definitely be shown pretty soon and I'm really excited about it. There is a little bit of a hint to this video somewhere, so maybe if you find it, I don't know if I'm already gonna, like, if you guess it, I'm gonna say it, but it's something I've been really passionate about. It definitely is filling my creative cup a lot, and it just it's doing a lot for me, and I think you will love it too. So it will definitely be announced pretty soon. I hope in a few weeks actually, but you will hear more of it later. So let's go into the projects. So in these podcasts I show you everything that I've been knitting on, yarn related things. I also always tell you a little bit about news things, so let's just get into that. Because the Mindful Creators is not just about me, it is actually also a community space. So if you know, if you don't know, I have a community group which is called the Mindful Creators Clubhouse, and it is a membership based group. It's a monthly membership. You can just try it out. You can cancel it every month, whatever you like, but it's a lot of fun. And I wanted to tell you about the make along that we have been doing, and I'm immediately going to get my top that I've been working on for the make along also for that. So we have been doing a make along, the summer top make along, for 5 weeks now. This is week 6 that we're in, yeah, and we have 8 weeks in total, so we have a few more weeks to go, so you can still join us. But I wanted to start this make along with the rest of the group because we really wanted to focus on some summer knitting. We have done other make alongs, so maybe good to know, in the group we do lots of fun events. We have weekly calls, Zoom or in the platform that we use. We have a monthly community call. For example, this month we had Harmony over from H Money Factory, which is a crochet designer. She is amazing. We had last week Inga from Fuzzy Peach Fibers, which is she makes such beautiful yarn. And we have many other people. We even have Jeanette from New Wave Knitting, Evie from Jillian Eve. I did a guest speaker call. Every single month we have a very fun guest speaker. I'm already getting off topic, so sorry. If you're not new here, yeah, you know this, it goes like this. But I wanted to tell you, so we also have a monthly make along, but a super casual make along. We have done things like Whip It Up March. We did Use It Up April. So Whip It Up March was in our testing period. I tested the group with 20 other testers in that month of March, and we just worked on a whip. Then we want to get out of the way, you know, so to really get a good start for other projects, but we do very casual ones. Normally we don't do a sit pattern or anything. However, we were like, okay, it started with the Tolsta tee, what I'm also wearing, which was also part of the make along for me. Others were making it and we were like, okay, we want to do a summer tee make along, and then it started to become a summer top make along, and anyone could just work on any summer top they wanted during this time, which we're still doing. So for 8 weeks long, as I said, we are working on summer tops. You can join us if you want in the Clubhouse, and then you can also join us in the make along. We have make alongs calls. We had one for US time zones. For me it was midnight, but for them it was Monday evening. I'm filming this on Tuesday. You'll probably see it on Thursday, Friday somewhere. And we had a make along call, or we will have a make along call on Thursday evening for Europe time zones. We are literally from all over the world, so I always have a few different times. I won't be at the US time zone because it's like 3 AM for me. But that's only for those during the week calls. Our community calls are always in the weekend. But yeah, we have been working on summer tops and it has been a lot of fun. So if you have seen the live stream from last month, I want to say, but I think it is last month, I have talked that I made the Tolsta tee by Gaya, by Rebecca Clow, if I'm correct. And it's a super fun, super quick tee that you can knit. This is DK weight. I am also working on a fingering weight one right now. But if you haven't seen it, I finished this last time. It might look a little weird because I just, yeah, it's a little bunchy. I just sewed in a really quickly and sloppy sewed in a elastic because this yarn stretches so badly. So the collar is a little bit looser than what it is right now when you finish the top for me. But it went to on my shoulder. This is Drops Musket. I had it laying around for almost a year and I was like, okay, DK weight, I saw some testers make it in this yarn. I just wanted to use it. But this is the top. Let me just show you quickly. I'm standing in between my chair, which is not ideal. This is the Tolsta tee by Gaya, what I'm wearing, which I've worked on in the make along, and this only took me 10 sittings to knit, of about an hour, sometimes 2 hours per sitting. So it really is quick. But you can see it here. It's super fun top. I chose to do a striped version. There are so many versions in the pattern that you can choose from. It has some short rows, as you can see here. Yeah, it is just a lot of fun. But I have also been working on a second Tolsta tee. So if you have been on the Tolsta tee train or have been following along, I'm already out of breath. I'm so sorry. It looks really bumpy and distracted. If you have been on the Tolsta tee train or following along, as I said, you might have known that there's also a fingering weight version that she brought out. So that is my second Tolsta tee that I started already in last podcast, but I was only around here. This is very different from what I'm wearing. The fit is also very different. I made this one, I think, in a size 3, if I'm correct, but I'm not 100% sure. I will link my Ravelry. Do you also have a hard time pronouncing it? Because I always struggle with it a lot. English is not my native language, as you can hear. So all the R's is difficult. I'm already rambling. I just miss you guys. It's been a long while. So I think this will be a long podcast. So stay with me. Tolsta tee number 2. This one, I just made it in a hand-dyed yarn, actually, from Upmetska in the base Columba, which has some silk in it. I don't have the ball band anymore, but it is merino, I think 80% merino and then 20% silk, if I'm correct. So it will have a little bit of a nice drape. But yeah, this is the color. It is a mix of light blue, some beige, and some rusty kind of speckles. It is super interesting. I have to be honest, I'm not 100% sure if this suits me that well. As you can see, it washes me out a little bit. But I bought this yarn at a craft fair beginning of the year, I think it was. And I bought this, just 2 skeins, 200 gram skeins, with the idea to make some kind of summer top tee. But it was so difficult to find something, and I just figured out, okay, I can use it for the Tolsta. I just really want to use it. I think it's such a shame if it just lays there and I won't never use it. So I just wanted to make something with it. This is what it became. And as you can see, I am pretty far on the body. I do have some pooling. It is pretty obvious. You can see the stripe here, and it goes on the back. The back is, in real life the back doesn't look that obvious, but on camera it does. And it is strange because I'm actually knitting with 2 skeins. I always forget the term, what is for it. I'm knitting with 2 skeins and I'm alternating my rows. What is it called again? I don't know. I'm alternating every row, I'm alternating a skein. And I still have quite a bit of pooling. I almost have the feeling that I started my skeins, my first that I started, at exactly the same point of how it was dyed up, you know? So I feel like that is maybe why this happened, but I don't know. It happened and I'm just gonna embrace it, I think. I am going to put it on for you and show you how different the fit is from what I'm wearing right now. I really have to change this elastic. It is very different. I will show you because I chose a very different size. So I'll be back with you in a second. I'm gonna put this on right now. Okay, I put it on and I'm standing up so you can see the fit. It is definitely a bit of a situation of how cropped is too cropped. It won't be this cropped. I will definitely make it longer. But as you can see, it is, yeah, my belly button is like around here. I still have quite a bit of length to go. If I hold it up, I'm like, oh, I'm so far, I'm always there. But I think I almost have like double the length maybe to go, because I like to put them in my jeans, in shorts, anything. My shorts are pretty high-waisted I'm wearing right now, but mostly my jeans aren't because I'm quite tall. I'm 175, which is about 5'9". I like them to be a little bit longer. However, I do think this stretches quite a bit, so I have to keep that into account. But yeah, this is what it looks like. This neckline already fits better. I hope it won't stretch too much, but we will see. And again, in the back, has short rows. It's just exactly the same pattern, but then a very different yarn. I'm gonna put the other thing on again, my other top. So this is, you could have seen it by now, I'm like squatting here, so I haven't done leg day in a few days, so that's good. But I'm gonna put the other one back on again. I'll be back in a second. We're back in the other Tolsta tee. Let me tell you a little bit about needles and the difference between the two versions. So DK versus fingering weight. I just took the fingering weight one off the needles, and this is knitted on 3.5mm needles. It still goes quite quickly, the knitting itself. However, this will definitely take more time than the DK weight one. So I'm tracking how many days this takes me, or how many sittings it actually takes me. And if I'm correct, I think I'm on day 10 right now. So this took me 10 sittings of about an hour to 2 hours per time. And this is already 10 sittings in of an hour. I even worked on it quite a few hours on some days. So there's definitely way more hours already in here. I think maybe 1.5 times more than the DK version. But yeah, you know that like these stripes, one block and one wide block, are 10 rows in total. And I will show you the difference of 10 rows of here, because that is like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this. That is okay. Like this is 10 rows for this top. And then that, so it's like half. It's not a good way to see it, but I hope this makes a little bit of sense. It definitely takes longer, but yeah, you know that. And I'm loving it. I think I will like the fit a lot. As you could have seen, as you have seen just now when I put it on, it is much more form-fitting. I did that on purpose. I actually chose the smallest size in this one for 2 reasons. This one is a little too loose for me. For what I prefer on me, it is airy, which is nice, but I would like to fit a little bit more, not snug, but just a little smaller. With choosing sizes for the fingering weight version, they were a little bit different than the DK weight version. I think it was like 80 centimeters was the smallest size finished bust, and then 90 was the second size, or it was 480, I'm not 100% sure. But I chose to do the smallest size. My bust was 93 centimeters. After 75 hard, it is about 89 centimeters. So a little bit of a difference. I was in between sizes, and I was like, okay, I know this yarn stretches a bit, because my friend Claudia from Knitted Journey, she also makes podcasts, look her up, it's a lot of fun. She has made a sweater, the Monday sweater, that I also made at the same time as she did in this base, and I knew it stretches quite a bit. I don't think I've blocked or even swatched for this top, but my gauge is almost perfect, so that will be good. And but yeah, I know it probably will stretch a little bit, so it will be a little bit looser, but I do like the form-fitting, body-hugging fit, if you will. So yeah, I already talked a lot about only one thing. A little bit back to the make-along. We are still doing the make-along for 2 more weeks after you see this video, so I'll probably post this on Friday, and then we have still 2 more full weeks. We also have a few giveaways that we do in a make along. So maybe that is a lot of fun for you too. I have 2 prizes. It is just, as I said, low-key make along. My first ever make along that I really do for like a longer period of time, and with gifts, with prizes, because I was like, you know, the group is growing a little bit. I'm definitely not at the point where I can live from it, by far not, but I just want to give a little back. So the first prize is a 35 euro gift card to your favorite yarn store. It can be anything, honestly. And the second prize is just a really fun set of stickers of with mental health, mental well-being things. I will grab some of them so you have a little bit of an idea what I'm talking about. So if you were at the last live stream, and maybe you already know this because I've mentioned it somewhere else, I actually had an online Etsy shop before, and I still have a ton of stickers that I made. These are rather resistant. For example, it's a little bit difficult to see with the shine. Make Today Count, Your Rock Baby, Oh Happy Days. It is just a fun set. So if you participate, you might be able to win with like a bunch of these. I'm not 100% sure yet which I'm going to put in, but you can already know that it's a bunch of them. I hope you can see it a little bit. This is throw kindness around like confetti. We have a little hi, and be kind, it's free. I have more, but these literally stay on your water bottle or laptop for a long time. They won't leave a lot of residue. I know you just have to be, there's always a little bit of residue with sticks, but I'm already off topic again. This is also part of the giveaway. Let's just take a little water break. I think in my last video I got a comment that I talk too fast. I know. You can actually put the rate of the video down, so you can slow it down. So if I really talk too fast, you can make it slower. I can already promise you, or I can already tell you that even if I try to talk slower, if I'm enthusiastic, I will talk fast. So you have to be into that a little bit, or you can just slow down the video so it will be easier to follow. As I said already, make along, link is below to the sign up. As I said, monthly membership, you can cancel any month, it doesn't matter, you're not stuck to anything. We would love to have you there. It's so much fun. People made some really great friends. If you want to see a little bit more behind the scenes also of the Clubhouse, follow me on Instagram. I have some highlights there about the Clubhouse. I also post, we are doing a member spotlight at the moment, so with their experience, it's a lot of fun, so you can learn a bit more about it. Also, don't be scared to send me a message if you have any questions about it. We would love to have you there. Okay, let's go on to something else. I have 2 more whips that you've already seen, and then I have 3 new ones of a few really exciting ones. But let me show you one more that you have already seen. I'm gonna talk just really quickly about it. Okay, this is the Summer Secret Crop by Jessie Made Design. It's actually a free pattern on Ravelry. Again, my Ravelry page is linked below where you can find all my projects and you can find all the links to the patterns. This is a crop top. I made it a little bit longer, but it still is quite a bit of a crop top. I'm having a hard time to show it. You can see the front here. I think last time we were maybe here or already on the orange one. Not 100% sure. But I have casted off the back of this top. As you can see, quite short, and the top part goes up a little bit more because it's you can wear it in different ways. You can make it a halter top, you can make straps to the back, which is probably what I'm going to be doing, or you can even make straps from both sides and have them tie. I think I'm going to be, this shirt is so hot by the way, oh my goodness. It's cotton, but it's thick cotton. It's warm outside and I'm hot. Back. This will maybe be a little bit more cool. However, I made this in I made this in Retrosaria Mondim in this beautiful color. It doesn't have a name. I think it is 405 or something. I have a hair in it. Again, is linked in my Ravelry. You can see the color code there. I don't have the ball band anymore, so sorry about that. But this is a non-superwash, is it? Yeah, wool. I think it is Portuguese, I think, if I'm correct. Again, everything is linked below. But yeah, it had this super thin color. I got this back when I did a knitting and sailing tour of Rebel with a Twist, which is a yarn store here in the Netherlands, in Dordrecht. It was a lot of fun, and this sock yarn was included in the whole package. You could choose from many different colors, and I eventually chose this one. A little bit different than normal what I would choose, and I was at first going to make socks with it, but then I realized maybe I can make a top with it. Do I recommend making a top with this yarn? Not necessarily. It knits wonderfully. I really have to say. This knitted quite quickly. It just has been on my needles for so long because I made a little mistake. I put it down for a little bit, but I think you could knit this in a week. Probably. It is really doable. This yarn, I don't know what the weight is, but it looks a little bit sport weight, kind of. I don't know if this works. Yeah, it might also just be, no, it should just be fingering because, oh, yeah, we're back. Fingering because it's sock yarn too. It looks a little bit like a heavy fingering. But this yarn, since it is non-superwash, is a little bit more rustic. It is not soft. It is also not like, okay, some people would say this is soft, I think. For me, something like this is way softer. Of course there's silk in it, so it will be softer. But it is a little bit rustic. And I have tried it on a few times. I really love the fit, by the way. It probably will be finished next time. I'll lift it in one strap. But it just itches a little bit. And I think it will only be worse when you sweat a little bit in it. And to be honest, I'm not a sweaty person normally. But in summer, girls, guys, I don't know. My hair is so warm. I don't have a lot of it. I have super thin hair actually. Like, this is all my hair, but it's warm, and I'm just a little bit of a sweaty person in summer. So there probably will be others who are listening are like, yes, I get you. So please note that is really normal when it's like 30 plus or even less degrees outside. I think it's 29 today. Celsius, by the way, not Fahrenheit. Don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. I think below 90 still. It's a little scratchy. I don't know. I don't know if I will like wearing it. But again, I really have a pattern in my making, I want to say career, but that's a bit intense. In my creating life, I guess. If I have a yarn laying around that I don't know what to make with, I really feel the need to make something with it. For example, this too, I really was excited to work with this too. But I was like, okay, maybe I can make a top with it. So I'm going to be looking for something that fits the yarn instead of a pattern that I love, and I'll get yarn for it. Even though I'm not a person that buys a ton of yarn and then I'll normally find a pattern and then buy yarn for it. But somehow I get some yarn here and there and then I don't know what to make with it. Again, this one too. However, I do really like the fit of it. As you can see, it's difficult to see right here, but it flops a little bit over, which I really like at the front. And I don't know, it was really flattering. I really like the look of it. So I hope this will be finished next time. I made a little mistake with the stitches that were on hold. I messed something up, and I asked my friends, my offline knitting besties, how to fix this. Still haven't done it, guys, but I don't know if you're seeing this. But I know what to do, and I just have to make some time for it, but I haven't really took the time. This will be finished next time. If I don't have this finished next time, I should have. We're not going to talk about that. But yeah, that is the Summer Secret Crop by Jessie Made design. I think that is also on a 4mm needle that I have done it. I think it has to be 4.5 actually, but I did it on 4. So it wouldn't be too holy hairy. Really curious to see how it looks, by the way, because it is non-superwash. Then I want to go into a new whip sock that I'm actually pretty excited about. And I already finished one, which should have been at the beginning at finished objects, but we are doing it different this time, I guess. I'm already scrambling and already rambling, but this is just part of the Mindful Creators podcast, as we know by now. I have a sock for you. It is a vanilla sock, which is a super simple sock. If you are not known in sock knitting, vanilla socks are just basic socks. No texture, no cables, no color work. Super simple. So this is my sock. As I said, I have hair everywhere. As I said, I have finished one yes at the moment. The camera washes the color out a little bit. I have some hand-dyed yarn here. Both of the colors are hand-dyed, and I really am loving this color too. It's a lot of fun. It has some speckles in it. It has some green and gray. As you know, I love my greens and blues. But yeah, I finished this one. I should have casted on a few stitches less. This is just a 64 cast on. However, at the beginning when I started knitting, I was knitting really, really tight. And I've slowly started to knitting a little bit looser. I think I am almost at my knitting anniversary. So 1 year of knitting. I think I'm almost there. But nowadays I am quite knitting according to pattern gauge a lot of the time. My gauge is often pretty good, pretty spot on actually. And I feel now with my knitting my socks that I should, with vanilla socks then, knitted this on 2.5 millimeters, I should have maybe gone to 60 stitches or something. But it is still good. As I said, a little bit loose for me right now. Like the foot is good, but this is, as you can see, it's a little big. Maybe that's just a gauge thing, I don't know. Lengthwise it is fine. I have it on this pony sock blocker. I just have one. My foot size is 38-39 in between actually, and this is literally 38-39 or UK 5.6 or US 7.9. So yeah, this one is finished. I really like it. I think it's cute. I probably would have done a different contrast color next time. Maybe just a cream white or maybe a darker color. My boyfriend was like, ooh, dark green, that would have been nice. My sister-in-law actually too, she was like, yeah, dark green. They didn't know that they both said that. It was apart from each other. But yeah, or something like that, or a lighter color. But I already cast on sock number 2, which I'm not far at. I knitted this last week in 2 days, 3 days actually, with finishing. And I immediately cast it on sock number 2, which I had to cast on 3 times over. I don't know what was happening. First time I was in a call with the Clubhouse. I was a little bit distracted, so that is my excuse. I cast it on Saturday the first time. But what I did is I did just a normal cast on row and then I messed up the second row. I did that again, messed up the second row, I cast it on again. And the third time now, like third time's a charm, you know? So the third time I am good. I just got to the green color. It's a little bit difficult to see, but you can see here that I am on the green. However, as you maybe heard in the beginning, I said I have a little bit of wrist problems lately. So I haven't been able to knit much. I think I knitted on Saturday and it is now Tuesday and I haven't knitted since. I am not really able to knit every day at the moment, which I really don't like, but it's super important to take breaks. Let's just talk about it. If you also experience pain with knitting or crochet, it's really important to take breaks. I know, because I actually got, not from crochet to be honest, I got tennis elbows, 2 of them on both sides, because of an internship that I did. I did like about 40 hours of typing in a week, maybe a little less, but a lot of typing, just non-stop typing. I did a lot of articles. And that really made my elbows hurt. The problem was that I was also crocheting at that moment. The problem was more that I couldn't crochet anymore. I wasn't at a good place at that time. If you know my story, I have had a burnout. I'm doing really well at the moment, but it took me about 1.5 years maybe to get on top of it. And the reason why I started crocheting was because it helped me to get out my head a little bit, eventually knitting too. I started crocheting about 1.5 years now. And that was already pretty deep into the symptoms. So yeah, when I started doing that internship shortly after and I couldn't crochet anymore, that was like, it hurt me mentally. it was difficult. But yeah, just, you know, take breaks. Right now too, I just have bad ligaments. Is it ligaments? I don't know. Wrists, knees, ankles, that kind of stuff. They're not super strong. I work out quite a bit, making my body stronger. It has really helped. I think I started working out again about at the beginning of this year, like really like 3 days a week, and we did 75 hard. If you don't know what that is, or if you know, maybe then you know, but if you don't know, that is a mental toughness challenge actually. But a lot of it is also working out or moving your body, let me say it like that. Do 2 workouts a day, of one which is outdoors, one has to be outdoors. The other one you can just choose what you want to do. We did workouts in the gym and a walk outside, because a walk, like a good tempo, non-stopping walk, was also good. What I want to say is I did work out quite a lot then. I still work out about 3 times a week. Try to do 3, would love to do 4, but it has really helped to get my body stronger and actually helped me to become a better knitter, because I had a lot more pain actually, and I'm doing really well. However, my wrist is just, that has also become a little bit of weightlifting, because we mostly do weight training. My other muscles are strong, but my I don't know if it was ligaments, if that was the right word, otherwise don't listen. But my wrist, for example, is then not strong enough to keep up. So the story here is take breaks, listen to your body. If it hurts, stop. Please stop doing what you're doing. If it's knitting and crochet, please do, because it won't help you to go on. How difficult that is to hear, maybe. I know, I feel that too. But you really should take breaks, because this, for example, for me, I take a lot of breaks now. I haven't knitted in 3 days because I can't, or shouldn't. I could probably, but I shouldn't. Today I'm doing really good, so tonight I'm going to try to slowly, carefully do it. But yeah, you can go on and think like, oh, this will go over. That's sometimes what I think, but it won't. You really need rest. So please be kind to yourself and take rest if you have pain, because really these injuries take a lot of time. As I said, my tennis elbows, which wasn't from knitting or crochet, but something else, which at the time I couldn't stop doing because it was an internship for my school, but which was a whole other story. But it took me about a year to get rid of. A long year. I couldn't crochet for 3 months, which was really difficult because I was like obsessed with crochet at the time. I couldn't for 3 months. So please listen to my story and please don't do the same, because you will be so much happier if you can just crochet or knit, maybe even less than normal, but at least you still can. Yeah, okay. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. We go on to my next whip. From one sock we go on to another whip that you have seen quite a few times, but I haven't worked a lot on, so I'm again not gonna talk long about it. I am working on the Gaya tee. Let me grab it. The Gaya tee by Morissette C, which rhymes, has been a never-ending project. Again, something that I haven't worked a ton on because it is quite tough on my hands, and I will tell you why. This tee is, I'm making it in a cotton merino blend, which is about 80% cotton, which I think the core of the yarn is. It's really beautiful, but it feels quite woolly, and it's definitely something for cooler summer days. Not today, because it is a little bit woolly feeling. It will be sticky, so don't do that. But this is the yarn. This is Concept by Katia. Merino extra, cotton merino fine or something like that. Cotton merino, again, link below my Ravelry. It is really beautiful. My nails have been matching with a lot of my projects. This is really fun. Did them about 2 days ago. Yeah, I'm loving them. But yeah, as you can see, there's quite a bit of depth in here. There's a core of cotton, which is a little bit whitish, and then this beautiful, very light blue outer layer, which I think is the merino blown into it. That is how I feel it is worked up. Yeah, as I said, not going to talk long about it because I haven't done much. As you can see, this top has texture. It has 3 rows of texture, and I'm at the 3rd one, but these rows take a long time to knit. I think I'm 200 plus stitches on my needles at the moment. As you can see, it's really bunched up. There are no needles on here because I'm having them for other projects. I feel like every project I have works on 3.5 or 4 millimeter needles at the moment, so I have them mostly on other projects. But yeah, this one row maybe I can do 2 rows in a sitting if I really want to, but it takes a lot of time. And I think this is about 20, like one texture part, I think is about 20 rows, because it is a knit row and then a slip purl row. So it looks like less rows, but it isn't. It's a lot of knitting. And it's very tough on my hands with the slipped stitches, knitting them. I really want to wear this again, but probably somewhere in September, October. We're gonna be on vacation in September. So excited to Italy probably, so I don't think this is coming. It depends on the weather, of course, but yeah, probably something more fall and then next spring again. So as I said, vacation. I have some vacations going up. We are going to Spain for a week at the end of July, which we're really looking forward to. It's actually my boyfriend's family. They invited us super generously. It's a lot of fun. We have a house there with the pool, and we're just gonna enjoy and probably relax a lot during that time. And then my boyfriend and I are going to probably Italy. Depends a little bit on the weather. If it's not too hot, we will be going to Italy. I'm so excited. I'm really, if you know me, I love Italy. I really love Italy. I always have as a kid, like as a vacation country. So I probably would never live there, but I love it to go on vacation. I love the food, I love the people, I love the nature. Really love it. I haven't seen a ton of Italy, to be honest, but I really love Tuscany and the Chianti region, which is the wine kind of region. Not necessarily for the wine, but I just love the Tuscan hills, and I think it's beautiful. I've been to northern Italy too when I was younger, so the Dolomites, I don't know how you say it in English. Dolomites? Maybe, I don't know. Won't be going there probably. We have been to Garda, Lake Garda, I think. We wanted to go to Lake Como 2 summers ago, but then it was like mud streams and stuff. But yeah, we probably go again to Tuscany. Not really sure where exactly. We have some ideas, but we have to get closer to the date and then we can just figure it out. We go camping, so it doesn't really matter where we go. We just book. We already don't book, or we book a day before we go, and it always works out, so we're good. I'm already thinking like, okay, what do I need to bring with me knitting wise? The last summer vacation I did already knit, but not that well. I just really just started. I even knitted twisted back then, which I figured out about a month later. But yeah, I have no idea what I'm going to bring with me. I would love to make some new things, but I'm going to talk about that later, about what I want to cast on. Not something I want to cast on soon, but just some of the things that I have in mind. But yeah, Italy. If you are from Italy, hi, I love your country. If you are in love with Italy as me too, let me know what your favorite vacation country is. Let me know below. I'm always excited to talk about that. I'm looking at everything is down here, by the way. I'm looking at my lips. And I'm gonna pick one that I have 2 more that you haven't seen, but I'm going to pick one which is not for me. It is for my boyfriend. So let me grab it. I am sweater knitting in summer. I think some people have started sweater knitting in summer because it's just convenient. Not with the weather, to be honest, but it is convenient. Because then in fall, winter, you will have a sweater. Okay, for my boyfriend, since I started knitting, I was like, I want to make you something. Let me make you something. By now, I've made him a pair of socks. I'm still working on a second pair. Not actively working on, but I have a second pair laying somewhere, halfly done. And I always said, I want to make you a sweater. But he is really picky with what he likes, which is totally fine. But it was very difficult to find something. And to be honest, I must say that there are definitely men's sweater patterns, but definitely not as much as female, or what do you say? Women's patterns, sweater patterns. My boyfriend is pretty particular with his taste, as I said. He likes things to not be too busy, doesn't like texture, doesn't like too much color work. He likes something that is probably just one color. He likes a little bit. It's just difficult. Let me say it like that. I've looked a lot through Ravelry, but I was looking. I don't know how I came here, but we were looking together because I was like, I really want to make you something. We were looking together, looking through some patterns, and he has this sweater that actually I might have worn in a video. because I kind of stole it. But it has like a high collar. I really don't like how my top is bubbling up. I really have to fix this. But it has a bit of a higher collar and a zipper, half zip. And now you might already think, I know a very popular zipper sweater. And yes, that's the one I'm making. The zipper sweater by Petite Knit. A zipper sweater Men Light by Petite Knit, to be completely accurate. I've shown him this pattern before, which he didn't love, and that is mostly because he doesn't love a lot of positive ease. He likes things to be a little bit more tight-fitting. That's just what he likes. I think it also looks great on him. And I was looking in the pattern pictures, or like the projects of other people of the pattern, and we came by some versions that had a little bit less negative ease, and also a version with this beautiful yarn. So let me finally show it to you. I am, as I said, making the zipper sweater Men Light by Petite Knit, which is a lighter version than the original zipper sweater, which I think is worked in worsted weight, or Aran weight, the original one, and this is worked in DK, but still on the quite small needles. This is worked, let me see, 4mm needles, which with DK weight, which will definitely make the fabric quite dense. But yeah, it's a winter sweater, it's a warm sweater, so it suits it. And I am making it actually in the recommended yarn. I am making it in Sadness Garn Pure Gint. Here you can see it well, in light gray. It's a little bit marled light gray, and it is beautiful. It is so nice. It has this, yeah, it has just a beautiful, little bit lighter colors, a little bit darker, not too noticeable, but it just brings some depth to the whole project. I have started. I am on the yoke on the raglan increases, and I changed a little bit, or a little something about the color. Not much, just a little bit. The color is actually worked in normal rib, but I've been doing it in twisted rib. I did it in twisted rib, which was a pain. I did it in 2 days, quite quickly, I think, for myself. It is 20 centimeters, like as you can see, it's folded double. It is like about, what is this? 30 centimeters by 20 something of twisted rib. It went well, and I did it quite quickly. I did it in a way that it wasn't too hard on my wrist, but yeah, I wanted to be done with that twisted rib as soon as I could, because it is flat knitted too, so you twist like your knit stitches on the one row, and then you twist your purl stitches on the other row, which I hadn't done before. And I had to cast this on twice, I think, or restart it twice, because I didn't realize I had to twist my purl stitches too. But I'm really happy I did, because as you can see, I can hold it up a little bit. I can hold it on my hands, and it stands up, and that is what I really wanted. I wanted to be the color very crisp, very nice, very stiff, and it is beautiful. This yarn is a bit more rustic. I think this is a non-superwash. I'm almost 100% sure this is a non-superwash. I wanted to show you like this. Now you can see it from this, of course, but I don't know if you can see, it has a bit of fluff, not too much. It is a bit rustic. It doesn't necessarily itch a lot, I think. I let my boyfriend feel my swatch. I made a swatch and I blocked it, so I hope you're proud. But I wanted to be 100% sure that he liked this, because this is not the most cheap yarn. He bought the yarn, so that is really nice. For his sweater, I'm making it. He bought it, so I think that was a good, how do you say that, agreement. But I wanted to be sure he loved it, so I was like, okay, I'm definitely going to use this one skein to make a good swatch, block it, see if my gauge is of course correct, and if he likes the fabric, because if he doesn't like to wear it, he won't wear it, and that is just a shame of all the work that's put in. But he loves it, and that's good. I think I love it too. This is definitely a sweater that I see myself stealing from him when it's done. Definitely, absolutely. Maybe when he's not home, then he doesn't know. But yeah, this it will be really beautiful. As I said before, he doesn't love a lot of negative ease, so we're making my size extra small. And he was like, extra small? It was like, yeah, because his chest, I think, was 103 or is 103 centimeters. And the size extra small finished object is about 111 finished bust. 111 centimeter finished bust. 111, yeah. So there's still positive ease. As I said, he doesn't love it to be a lot of positive. He doesn't like the look of the finished object of the sample, which is okay. So I think this will be perfect and it will be great for me to steal. So do I have something else to say about this? It is a bit more rough on my hands, my wrist. Actually, I worked on this. I started not last week, but the week before. Yeah, so 2 weeks ago. I haven't worked much on it at the moment. Wrist, you know already by now. And I did the collar in 2 days as said, and then I brought it to my knitting besties. Again, we were just knitting together with each other in one of my friend's garden, and we were knitting for like a long time, like a few hours. Normally we don't get a lot done, but this time we were very productive, all of us. I was already sewing the collar down and then finished sewing it down and started knitting to I think about here. And this is really the day when my wrist started to act up, because I was knitting on and off, no, on actually for a few hours, and this really like blew it up. It is feeling really well at the moment, but yeah, this is definitely something I cannot knit too long on. I think it's mostly the purl rows. The knit rows are totally fine, but the purling, it's just a little rougher on my hands. So yeah, love it, love it, love it, love it. It will take a long time to make. Probably, I said I hope to have it done in September, but I'm not like, no, that's not possible because I have like 4 weeks off vacation coming up. So probably October, November. But he doesn't wear like extremely warm sweaters very early in the year. So I think this will be perfect for when it's done for him. I have one more rib to show you. I have no idea how far we are in the video, pretty far, I think, or pretty long already, filming wise. But as I said, I thought it was going to be a long one. I have one more whip to show you, which is something I started knitting on pretty, yeah, how do you say it? I knitted it pretty quickly. I'm just gonna show you, this doesn't make any sense. It's a sock, maybe that's already good to know. It's a sock, and if you know me, I really like sock knitting. I like the different textures, the different techniques that you do in one pattern. I like colorwork sock knitting. I haven't done much texture sock knitting. I actually started something randomly when I was I brought a ball of yarn with me and like sock needles, and then I realized this is not the right yarn, but I need to knit. That was the feeling I had, so I just started a free pattern somewhere, but I already ripped it out. Because it wasn't working with the yarn. But I just like sock knitting. And by now, for example, this sock I did without a pattern. The only things that I looked up was the heel and the toe again, how to do the decreases. But for the rest, I just know size 64 stitches. For that, this one should have been a little bit less. I haven't done much vanilla socks actually. Started with the color. I've done 2 pairs of colorwork socks, 1 pair of texture sock. Oh yeah, of course, I did the Penny Harbor socks for my boyfriend, which is not a twisted rib, which is a broken rib stitch sock. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And now this will be my first vanilla pair socks. But the basis is the same kind of. So I was like, maybe I can design a pair of socks myself, and that is what I've been doing. So as I said, only worked on it few days, and it's probably already a few weeks ago that I've done this. I don't know, maybe I've showed this in the last video, but I have totally no idea. But they're pretty cute, and I should start working on them again. Thing is that it's not a portable project. It's not handy to take with you because there's quite a bit of yarn. But let me show you what I got so far. So I've been working this on 2.75 millimeter. If you want to knit socks with colorwork, it is recommended to do a little bit larger needle than you're normally used to, because you will probably knit a little tighter. It has to do with the floats and everything. It would probably just work better. What I did do is just make a twisted rib on the top to make sure that's not getting too wide. A 2x2 twisted rib. That is what I wanted to say about the pattern. Sorry. No, I already said that. Yeah, another reason why I did a twisted rib didn't say that. Another reason why I did a twisted rip on my boyfriend's sweater is because I didn't have the right needle size. I didn't have a 3mm needle, so I did twisted rip on 3.25, which worked out perfectly. Back to this one. I have a 2x2 twisted rip on here, and as you can see, it has this really fun color work. I was like, okay, I want to try something. And another reason, now I remember, which again is it really fits in the story that I just told you before. I have this yarn laying around. I bought this about somewhere last year to knit a lot of socks. This is Drops Nord. It isn't necessarily a sock yarn, but it has been used for socks quite a bit. It doesn't stay the absolute prettiest, not the same as sock. It's alpaca, so maybe that is why. But it is really soft for socks. I like it. I have to make more socks with it. It definitely has a bit more of a oily feeling after they're done, probably because of the alpaca. But I still like them. And I had a lot of that lying around. I wanted to try to make a top, but I didn't have enough for that. Then I was like, maybe I can try some socks. Yeah, that was it actually. I wanted to make a top, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna design some color work for a top. But I didn't have enough yarn. I didn't feel like buying more, so I was like, I'm going to make this color work to a sock pattern. That is what happened actually. So we start off with this really fun, a little bit of a wave or something. Now we have this nice diamond, and we go on in some kind, it looks a little bit like rain. I had in my mind something like glacier sock, something along that line. It will go on in another color here. You can see that I already put that on there, and that will be the left stripe. And then I don't remember what I had. I have it on my iPad. It's empty. Battery is dead. So I don't know what it would look like again. But yeah, my first sock pattern, I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna make like a pattern out of it. Maybe eventually. As I said, I haven't worked on this for quite a bit at the moment. My priorities are just mostly with the make along. Because yeah, I want to be engaged in the make along too, of course. And this will be picked up eventually again. But I think they're cute. Let me know if you like it, what I'm doing at the moment. If you would like a real life pattern, that would have been my first pattern. I would have to do some testing, of course, so this will probably be something more towards fall if I would really make a pattern out of it and get it tested. But I thought it was cute. I really like the colors together. As I said, all Drops Nord. This light blue, this is a little bit darker. Then we have the navy, black, again the darker blue, and then the light blue again. I just had a lot of colors. You probably don't have to make it with so many different colors. But as I said, I wanted to use some up. It has a crazy float situation in here, but I think they did quite a good job on the floats. It's not super stretchy, but it's stretchy enough that it still fits. So yeah, those were all my whips that I've been working on actively. I still have some laying there. I have something I'm probably gonna rip out, but these were definitely, I just touched my camera stand, sorry. These were just definitely my active whips, mostly my Tolsta tee. The fingering weight version, I've mostly been working on that one a lot. When I could knit, I'm at the moment able to knit about 3-4 times a week. So when I knit, then I definitely want to work on a make along, because I'm doing a make along, so I should be doing it myself too, right? So yeah, the sock too, I did that one super fast. And I do have some things I would want to cast on, so let's just talk about that a little bit. I actually would really like to cast on a new top by Kutova Kika. It just came out, I think, last weekend, and it is the Sailor Swift top. I will just put it in here. I think it is the Sailor Swift, yeah. It is a pretty basic, really classic, how do you say that? Yeah, design or like fit of a tank top, and I really like the look of it. It probably is because of the I-cord edging, which I don't know if I would love to make, the I-cord mostly, but it does really make it, give it a beautiful finish. So that top is definitely on my list. However, I don't have the needle sizes for it, so that will be something I have to look into. My needles go from 3.25 to, I think 8mm is the largest that I have, that I never use. But yeah, I have like this shorty set from Lieke, which are these, the Lieke Cipra which I love. I got them for Christmas for my boyfriend, and it's the only thing I've been using ever since. And before I had a set by drops, which I still have, and I have it on one project, which are just normal long metal needles. But I really like metal, or in this case copper. And I know you can easily get some wooden needles in smaller sizes, or like in general, I feel like you can get wooden needles, like loose wooden needles, easier. But I would like to have them metal. So if you have some recommendations, let them know below. Because I think the top is made on 2.5 and 3 millimeter needles, which is pretty tiny. But I've heard from more people, someone even that I know, she made it as a tester. She said it was super fast, one of my favorite knits. So yeah, definitely something that is on my list. And actually another pattern by her is also on my list. The Salty Days sweater. I think it's Salty Days sweater. I just pop it up here. I think I'll pop up the green picture here. There's a version in bright green, which I love, but I also would love to make it in a bright blue. So it will be one of either one of those. Not 100% sure yet. Oh, also for the Sailor Swift top, I think it will be a lot of fun to have like cream again, and then like a color, how do you say it, hand-dyed yarn for the contrast stripes. I think that would be a lot of fun too. So I'm not 100% sure yet, but that would be fun. And yeah, then the Salty Days. I think it's Salty Days sweater by Kutova Kika 2. I really like that one. And there probably are 10 more patterns that I would love to make. But those two have been on my mind quite a bit. Oh yeah, one more. I don't know the name of this one, but it is a pattern by Knitting for Olive. And it actually released as a children's pattern a little while ago. These beautiful flowers, and it was so cute as a children's pattern. But I immediately was like, wait, I quite like this actually. Will that be an adult version? And I think more people have said it because they made an adult version now. I think I'm showing one by, oh, I don't know the name off the top of my head, but a girl on Instagram that I follow, that she does a lot of sass and knits beautifully. And her version I really like. But I love a sweater like that, just a little bit different than normal. For example, I made my Monday sweater with like a hand-dyed yarn, but really slightly gray kind of speckle in there, which still look pretty neutral. Like almost, it's not warm color yarn, but it's a pretty neutral color still. But I also would really like to make something like that, like the color work, just the flowers. I think it's very cute, and it would just make me sorry, I'm just really bumping around here. It would just make me very happy to wear. I love the look of it, so yeah, that is something that is on my list for sure. Acquisitions I don't really have. I haven't bought any yarn in a store, so that is maybe, yeah, we can skip. Oh no, that's not true. Yeah, I didn't buy it, but yeah, we had of course the yarn for the, which I didn't buy as I said, but it's still acquisition. The yarn for the sweater. We have 17 skeins, and this is my third skein. So they are 50 gram skeins. There is 100 gram already in here. I think we have 17, so quite a bit. And for the rest, as I said, I haven't bought anything in store. So yeah, we can skip that really quickly. Then at the end of the video, we always ended with listening, reading, watching, and live things. Listening, not really something I talk about anymore, but it fits so nice when you say it. But reading and watching. I've been reading quite a bit again. I've been also listening to audiobooks again. I had this like coupon code thing. I was like, yes, I'm gonna listen to audiobooks again. I listened to the, Under the Whispering Door. I think it's TJ Klune, if I'm correct, the author. It was a really cute book. I really liked it. It was beautiful. I thought the story was beautiful. I don't know, it was different than I was used to. I have read the Midnight Library, and I think it falls a bit in that genre, so if you like that. It is about the man who passes away, and he learns that there is more in life after, and he tries to better himself, and a lot of things happen. It is really interesting. It has some good character building. I love the romance in it too. It is, it's just so cute. I don't know. So I finished listening to that one. I really liked the audiobook too on Storytel. And I'm almost finished with another book by the same author, because I posted this on my story and someone recommended to listen to another book, which is House of the Cerulean Sea, which is, I think, a little bit more known. I didn't like it as much as the first book, to be honest. I took a long time to get me into it, but I'm at the end now. I'm like, yes, I like it. But it's just super different. Mostly, character-wise, it's about an orphanage in the Cerulean Sea, and about a man from like the government it's not the government, but like there's like a company or like a organization is a bad word, above all those orphanages, who keep track if it's all going like it should be going, and this man Linus is being sent to check out if everything is going as it should be. However, the children are not normal children. They have gifts, to say it like that. They are children of magical youth, as they call it. It is a fun book. It is also cute, but I would, for example, give that one a 3.5 stars, and the one before definitely a 4.5 stars. So those two, as I said, I'm like an hour away from finishing. Let me see how far I am actually. I'm literally an hour away. I don't know if this is going to focus, to be honest, but yeah, I'm literally an hour away. An hour and 19 seconds. So I'm almost finished. I am reading on my e-reader Icebreaker. It is something I got off TikTok, and to be honest, I wasn't really sure about it in the beginning, but I'm at 75% through, 3/4, and I'm loving it, really loving it. Mostly because of the relationship of the characters, the main characters. But to be honest, in the beginning, I wasn't sure about it. It's like about two 21-year-olds, and they are in college. One is an ice hockey player, the other one is a figure skater. And some things I felt like, you know, but I do really love it. I think it's also, again, cute. It's not the best book I've read, but I think it was fun. A lot of people read it because of the spice. But to be honest, I've read Akatar. That is spice, I think. But this one, it's like there are scenes, definitely, but sometimes it didn't really feel fitted or something. I don't know, there's something about fantasy spice, I think. I don't know, fantasy spice is just very different, I think. This is just more romance. It's cute. I like it now. For example, for me, the spice wasn't really needed in this book to build the story and the characters' relationship. But yeah, maybe you want to read it, I don't know, you can figure it out for yourself. Icebreaker is what it's called. I don't know the name of the author on top of my head. On top of mind? I don't know. You get what I mean. Anything else? Yeah, I'm still reading Throne of Glass. I started the series last summer vacation, and I'm now at House of Dawn and Tower of Dawn, and I'm tandem reading not the last book, but the 2 books before. But it's going really slow. I've been tandem reading that one for months now, and you already get that I'm not reading a lot if I'm reading for months, because I'm quite a quick reader. But it's 2 books of 400 or 500 pages each, tandem reading. I think I'm like in total maybe 300 pages in. The beginning, I thought it was dragging. I couldn't get through it. I still like it, but I don't really pick it up. I'm really reading the other book at the moment. I have some more books that I want to read soon. I want to read, I forget the name. There's this one fantasy book that has been super hyped up on TikTok. It has this gold cover. It's about dragons too. I don't know on top of my head what it was called. If you know, you know. It's I will pop up a picture. I probably will find it during editing. That one, I have that one on my e-reader now, and I have some more. I probably will read a lot of Vacation in Spain already, and then also in Italy. Oh, also, when I'm there, I'm not 100% sure if it's gonna happen in Spain, because it probably is like blazing hot there. But we want to go to Barcelona for a day. So if we go, if it's doable, I want to of course go to some yarn stores, and I might film it. Italy, again, I'm not sure if it's possible or if there are any good yarn stores. Let me know if you know some good yarn stores in Tuscany area, and same for Barcelona. If you know some good yarn stores there, let me know below, and I will, if I'm able to, I probably will visit them. Yeah, that was reading. Watching, I really have to scramble what I've been watching, what I liked. I probably will forget something, but I'm a big movies and series fan. We even have a movie night in the Clubhouse. We've watched some really good movies actually. What was the last one again? The last one was different. It was Passengers, but I had seen that one before already with Jennifer Lawrence and... oh, what is his name again? The guy from Guardians of the Galaxy. We have watched Guardians of the Galaxy actually. Number 3, I think? I'm not sure. I'm quite a Marvel fan. I really like Marvel movies. I don't like DC, but I do like Marvel. Yeah, there's one trailer of DC that was coming and I was like, that's pretty good. But I really like Marvel. And I wanted to go to Guardians of the Galaxy, but my boyfriend was not 100% sure. He likes it, but he doesn't like it like I do. And then we were on a day with my brother, and he really likes movies too. And we're like, okay, now we're gonna watch it. So we watched it. We also watched Indiana Jones in the cinema. These are our cinema watches. We watched Indiana Jones because we were with... oh no, it's just the two of us. No, we were with my brother-in-law and his girlfriend were visiting. And we wanted to make sure we were not in the house constantly and wanted to watch it. It was pretty good actually. I liked it. It was fun. What else? Have we seen something else? We were going to watch Mission Impossible soon. That just released. Yeah, television wise. Or like we only stream things like Netflix and stuff. I'm not 100% sure. I'm still watching Downton Abbey, but I haven't been watching it much because I want to savor it. I'm at season 5, towards the end of season 5. Then I'd watch season 6 and then I'm going to watch the movies. Don't spoil anything, please. And yeah, I'm thinking of something else we've been watching. Probably there's something. But as I said, we watch quite a bit, so I don't always remember everything. Yeah, that was that. So live things. I met up with my knitting friends again. I will show up some pictures here. It was a lot of fun. We hadn't seen each other for about a month, which is quite long for us. We like to visit each other quite often. We created this group I think not even a year ago, but it's just been a lot of fun. So if you're able to create offline friends too, really recommend it. If you want to create some online friends too, the Clubhouse is here for you. I had to do a little plug, you know. And yeah, it was, as I said, it was a lot of fun. So other things that are coming up, we are going to be visiting my boyfriend's grandparents. They are almost my favorite people actually. I had a little bit of a coughing session. I have to wrap up probably. But we're going to visit them. We're going to help my mother-in-law move actually to the city that we're living in. She's now living 3 hours apart, and her sister, my boyfriend, so my sister-in-law, my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law are going to move closer to us. We are going on vacation end of July, but I probably will speak to you before that. And yeah, my announcement, exciting announcement. I'm not sure when I'm gonna announce it, but I just cannot wait. And I probably will also make a little video here or incorporate it in the podcast. I'm really excited, so I hope you're too. If you don't even know what it's about, but I said there was a little hint here, so if you found it, you might know a little bit about it. But yeah, I'm excited, and I can't wait to see you next time again. I'm gonna do some knitting tonight, hopefully. I hope it works. As I said, take breaks, please do. And yeah, it's we're gonna see what life brings us for the next time. I'm gonna close off. My battery is dying too, so it's good timing. And I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like this video and subscribe below to watch some more videos of me. I will pop up a video after this. You can click on it to watch it. I have some few pattern videos. We do lots of things over here, but I hope you like to stay here. Love to make friends with you, be friends with you, and I'll see you next time. Bye, creator!